Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new 4K limited edition release from Radiance Films, and it is 1971's Daughters of Darkness. So this is directed by Harry Kamel, who I've not seen anything else from before, but released alongside this is another one of his films called Malpertius, which I will be reviewing and yeah, also looking forward to. So this is an erotic horror film, clocking in at 100 minutes long, stars Delphine Seyrig, who I've only seen in a couple of other films. She was in a more minor supporting role in the fantastic The Day of the Jackal, but she was in a leading role in the Michael Caine-led film The Black Windmill, and you also got John Carlin, who was in Trilogy of Terror. So while passing through a vacation resort, a newlywed couple encounters a mysterious, strikingly beautiful Countess Batory and Iona, her aide. So although there is plenty to like and respect about this erotic horror film, what ultimately stops me from loving this is does feel a little bit cold and quite detached in terms of its feeling that I get from the tone and the characters. There's also characters that aren't particularly likable in this, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just ultimately stops me from loving it even more than I already do. That said, the cinematography is on point, the cast is great, it is well paced, has plenty of atmosphere, a satisfying conclusion, an excellent score. I really like the hotel location. It looks really rather quite imposing, kind of reminds me of the later The Shining in that regard. Has some decent thematic weight to it. The production is solid and it is overall generally engaging. I really do like the conclusion on this as well, to be honest, as yeah, it's got probably one of the most spectacular, slightly convoluted car crashes I've ever seen, with a car explosion that takes obliteration to a whole new level, quite frankly. So yeah, but still really really good. I really like this box artwork that we've got going on as well, proper hard box as well, which shows the quality that is in within this. So yeah, we also get a booklet with this release as well. And inside we have cast and crew, as well as Defiant Muses, Feminism, Delphine Seyrig, and Daughters of Darkness from 2025 by Alexandra Heller Nicholas. And then we've got iconic film stars as The Undead from 2025 by Martin Conterio, Fate Red, Facades of Fetishism in Daughters of Darkness from 2025 by Joseph Dwyer. I have to admit, I was expecting this to be a way more exploitative kind of film in terms of its nudity and its sex, but it's actually really, really well done and far better than any film I've seen from. Who's that? A guy that oh, Indicator have released a lot of his films lately. He does a lot of vampire films with a lot of eroticism and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't really go in for his kind of films, but this, even though it's sort of in that same kind of wheelhouse, it yeah feels a lot more restrained in that regard and a lot more stylish and a lot more necessary rather than just doing it for the sake of it. I feel. And then you got Daughters of Darkness, Lepete Mort from 2025 by Suzanne Bolin. From Dracula to Batory, the cloak as symbol and sign in vampire cinema from 2025 by Myreed Roche, and then transfer notes and credits. So yeah, that's where have they gone now? There's our newlywed couple, and where's Countess Batory? There she is. Yeah, Delphine Seyrig looks absolutely superb in this. She reminds me a lot of Marlene Dietrich, to be honest, back in her heyday. So yeah, she really does look like a movie star in this, even though unfortunately I'm not seeing a great deal from her. Um, and yeah, in terms of transfer notes, so this was restored in 4K by Blue Underground from the original negative, and the film was supplied to Radiance Films as a digital file and is presented in its original aspect ratio. So yeah, some work obviously has been done to this. And then we have the discs. So we have the 4K Ultra HD feature on its own, and then we have the Blu-ray feature with the special features included. A nice lurid red, and that's the same kind of for the sleeve artwork as well, which we have a reversible one of with the original poster on it. So yeah, this isn't overly violent either, by the way, even though it does have quite a violent car crash to end with, and obviously has a little bit of violence before. It's not overly violent. It's only really rated an 18 for its nudity, but I still say that it is quite restraint in that regard. So yeah, we've the 4K restoration, by the way, was supervised by the director. So it's 4K Ultra HD with Dolby Vision HDR, uncompressed English and French mono audio. So there is an English language soundtrack as well to this, but you can also see it in French. I preferred it in English, as it does seem to have been shot in English, especially since there's a note in particular that plays a part in the plot that is written in English, so it just feels like it's more of an English kind of film. Audio commentary by authors Virginie Salave and Lindsay Hallam from 2025. New interview with director Harry Kamel and critic Anne Billison from 2025. That clocks in at 31 minutes long. You've got an archival interview with Delphine Seyrig from 1989, clocking at 27 minutes long. On-set footage with the director and stuntman Thierry Halaret from 1970. That's clocks in at 3 minutes long. Obviously, why there is a stuntman in this, because like I said, there is a car crash and it is quite spectacular. Then you got behind the scenes footage of Delphine Seyrig and an interview with the director from 1971. That clocks in at 10 minutes long. Interview with critic and author Kim Newman from 2025. That clocks in at 28 minutes long. Immoral Tales, Daughters of Darkness, Class, Cruelty, and the Cinematic Legacy of Batory, a visual essay by Kat Ellinger from 2025. That clocks in at 25 minutes long. You got Anna the Maid, Harry Kamel's short film based on a Jean Cocteau poem about a murderous maid. That's from 1958, and that clocks in at 5 minutes long. You got Ater, Harry Kamel's short film about the surreal visions of a man following an accident. That's from 1960. That clocks in at 7 minutes long. That was co-directed by Herman Weitz. And then you got reversible sleeve artwork that I've shown you already, and the newly commissioned artwork is by Time Tomorrow, and the booklet itself is 80 pages long. So yeah, overall a fairly impressive film. 4 out of 5. If it wasn't quite so tonally and characterfully quite cold and detached, I would have liked this a lot more. But still, on the whole, very impressive. Not a film I'd heard of before this release from Radiance Films. But again, it's part of why I get the membership for them, even if it's only for half a year. That's why I get the membership from them, is because it exposes me to films that I might otherwise not have gone in for. So yeah, on the whole, a very, very good film, and one that I'm glad that I've seen. And yeah, I will be holding on to as well, because it is very tempting when you're a part of this membership to sell on the films that you've then watched to make back some of the money that you put on that membership. And even though I have done that a couple of times now, I did it with Los Golfos and In My Skin, because I just didn't enjoy them enough to want to keep hold of them. That is not the case for this. Really, really enjoyable. The 4K looks great as well as sounding great as well on top of that. So yeah, no issues in that regard. And the aspect ratio, by the way, is just 1:66:1, and the audio is mono, in case I didn't mention those. So yeah, get out those series if you haven't already. But if you have, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.